Welcome and thanks for being here.
Hello beautiful dancers and welcome to another support video here. We are covering phrasing in American Foxtrot. So in this month we've been talking about Foxtrot, and Foxtrot is fun and special because it has two basic timings. So it's the first dance where you really start to learn the skill of both leading timing changes and following timing changes. And so I thought it would be very helpful just to kind of explain how phrasing works. So typically in dancing, we have 8 beats, okay? And you can think of that as one sentence, okay? And then typically you have 4 of those 8 beats, okay? And that makes up a phrase or a stanza of music, okay? And you can think about it kind of like paragraphs in writing. There's a rhythm and a cadence that goes along with that. So after every 4/8 counts, there's kind of like this breath in the music, and it starts a new paragraph or a new phrase for 8 counts, okay? And that's pretty widespread over all music, okay? Now there are some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, that's how it is phrased out, okay? And so when we dance, we want our patterns and the way the dances are constructed are to fit and bring to life those stanzas or those accents or those phrases of the music, right? So that when there's a breath, we are finishing our phrase and our movement and starting something new. So it goes right along with the music. And what's really good news is for most cases, your basic step, an 8 count is built into that. Okay, so if you look at your rumba box, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Your tango basic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So in some cases, it's gonna work out that way, where the basic is right with those 8 counts, right? So you do 4 basics, boom, there's your phrase. Nice even math, and it's easy to feel, okay? However, there are some cases where it's a little trickier. For example, the basic might not be a full 8 counts. It might only be 6 counts. We see that a lot. Swing is an example, and Foxtrot is an example, okay? So Foxtrot, we do have those 2 basic timings. We do have the basic box timing, right? Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, and that's your 8 count. So that one's easy, right? Just like the rumba. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? But your traveling basic only has 6 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we do with those next 2 beats, the 7, 8? Well, if you wanted to, actually, you could add a little 7, 8. And then repeat. 5, 6, 7, 8, and repeat. Okay? That's one way to do it to get to the full 8. Or this way, you keep repeating that basic, okay, until you get back to ending 7, 8. Okay? When the end of your basic step lines up with the end of the 8 counts, or the 7 and the 8. Okay? So it would take 4 of those basics to get there. Okay, let's look at that. Let's kind of break that down a little bit. So my first basic, right, gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counts. That's basic number 1. I'm starting basic number 2, but I only made it to count 6, so I have to count my next beat of music, which is 7, right? So my next slow is going to get that 7, 8. Right, and then I keep counting over, starting at 1. So 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I'm starting my third basic, right? But what count did I leave off of? 4, right? So now I got to start 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Right? Now I'm getting ready to start my 4th basic. What number did I just come off of? Was 2, right? So I go 3, 4, 5, 6, here it is, 7, 8, okay? So it took 4 of those 6 count basics to get lined back up with our 8 count phrase of music. Okay? Yes, a little bit of math there. All right, so look at that again. If I'm counting my numbers, you will see me do 4 basics in a row until I get back to ending on 7, 8. Okay, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully I was still in the picture for that. Okay, so when you're dancing, yeah, and maybe if you're just practicing the traveling basic, right? And you're doing the first one and you're really aware of the music and you're like, wow, I don't feel like I'm on that phrase. Do a couple more, you will get back on. It's okay to be off of that phrase a few times, right? As long as you get back on. So that is it. Sometimes it's nice and clean where our basic counts, Baxter, leave those kitty cats alone, line up right with the counts of the music. And other times, our basic counts are less than the counts of the music, so we have to do more than 1, sometimes 2, 3, 4 of them to get back. Baxter, do you agree? Do you agree? So in swing, it would be the same thing. If you have a 6 count basic, you'll have to do 4 of them to get back on that phrase, starting at 1. What does this mean for you? It means that you start, okay, you know when you're learning to read and like you first start, you're just like reading the words, right? There's not a lot of tonation or pausing or things like that. And then you start to learn like the apostrophes and the commas and the paragraph changes. And there starts to be like this rhythm, right, to your reading. The same exact thing starts to happen with the dancing. When you first start, it's really just stepping through these steps, right? And then you start to get a little bit more rhythm to the music, right? And then you start to feel those paragraphs and you start constructing your patterns based on those paragraphs. Make sense? If it doesn't, it will eventually. Keep thinking on it, keep asking questions, don't give up. If it doesn't make sense, it's not on you, it's on the instructor, right? It's our job to instruct and to teach. So please, if it doesn't make sense, reach out to me and I will help you through it and help you understand this timing phrasing idea, okay? But that wraps up this video. I sure hope it helped at least a little bit. And I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? If these are helping you, please consider subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.